Ladies and gentlemen, today we gather to reflect on a concept that is both ancient and timeless, one that has governed the lives of countless individuals and civilizations throughout history. I speak today of the slave mind, a mindset that has entrapped so many people across different ages and cultures and continues to dominate the thinking of individuals and societies to this very day. It is a mindset that operates without true freedom, a state of existence that sees individuals shackled, not by chains of metal, but by chains of thought, by ideas, perceptions, and beliefs that limit and constrict their potential. The human mind, as powerful as it is often enslaved by circumstances, by the structures of society, and by false ideologies that are passed down through generations. It's a mindset that prevents individuals from seeing their true potential, from embracing the vast possibilities that lie before them. The slave mind confines you within the limits of your immediate environment, within the box of societal expectations, and within the chains of self-doubt and fear. It makes you believe that you are less than you are, that you cannot be more than you are, and that you cannot go beyond the walls that have been constructed around you. But today I declare to you that this is not your destiny. You were not created to live in subjugation to the thoughts, beliefs, or limitations of others. You were not created to accept mediocrity, to settle for less than your potential, or to bow to the pressures that try to define you. You were born with a mind that is free, capable of creation, capable of vision, capable of greatness. But you must first resist the slave mind that seeks to keep you in bondage. In this moment, let us rise above the confines of the past and let us embrace the freedom that comes with a renewed mind. Now, let me share with you 7 key principles to help you resist the slave mind and embrace the fullness of who you are destined to be. These principles, when applied, will begin to break the chains that bind you and unlock the doors to true freedom. Let us explore them together and let them ignite a fire within your soul to live a life of purpose, passion, and prosperity. Understanding the power of the mind. The mind is the greatest tool we possess. It is a gift that can either free us or enslave us. In the context of the slave mind, we must first understand the vast power that resides within our thoughts and beliefs. Everything you experience, everything you encounter in this world is shaped by the thoughts that govern your mind. When your thoughts are enslaved, so too are you. But when your thoughts are liberated, when you begin to see with clarity and vision, you break free from the chains that have been placed upon you. You must first realize that the mind is not a passive entity. It is an active force. It is the very engine that drives your actions, your decisions, and your destiny. The power of the mind lies in its ability to create and shape the reality around you. Yet so many people allow their minds to be hijacked by fear, by doubt, and by the limiting beliefs that others have imposed upon them. They become victims of their own thoughts, trapped in a cycle of negativity and despair. But this need not be your reality. To resist the slave mind, you must take ownership of your mind. You must understand that you are not at the mercy of your circumstances or the opinions of others. You are in control of what you think, and therefore you are in control of what you create. The key to freedom lies in the power of your mind to transform your life. Once you understand this, you will begin to break the chains of limitation and step into a life of abundance and opportunity. It is important to recognize that the slave mind operates through the thoughts you allow to take root in your consciousness. If you feed your mind with negativity, with doubt, with limitations, you will live a life confined by those very beliefs. However, if you fill your mind with positive thoughts, with the belief that you can overcome any challenge and achieve anything you set your mind to, you will begin to transform your life. Your mind has the power to shape your destiny. By changing your thoughts, you change your life. Challenging the status quo. The slave mind thrives in an environment where the status quo is accepted without question. The status quo tells you that certain things are impossible, that certain dreams are too far-fetched, and that certain aspirations are out of your reach. But in order to break free from the slave mind, you must become a challenger of the status quo. You must be willing to question everything that has been handed to you, every belief that has been ingrained in you, and every limitation that has been placed before you. The status quo seeks to keep you in line, to keep you within the confines of what is comfortable and familiar. It tells you that you must fit into predefined molds, that you must live according to someone else's plan for your life. But when you resist the slave mind, you begin to see the possibilities beyond the status quo. You begin to realize that you were not born to follow the crowd, to do what everyone else does, or to accept a life of mediocrity. You were born to break free from the limitations of the status quo and to create your own path. Challenging the status quo requires courage, it requires boldness, and it requires a willingness to be different. It requires you to step outside of your comfort zone and to dare to dream bigger than you ever have before. The slave mind wants you to play it safe, to stay in the same place and to never reach for something greater. But the mind that is free is the mind that dares to challenge the norm, to question the accepted beliefs, and to pursue greatness. When you challenge the status quo, you open the door to innovation, to creativity, and to progress. You begin to see new opportunities where others see obstacles, and you begin to create new possibilities where others see limitations. The slave mind tells you that there is only one way to succeed, but the liberated mind understands that there are infinite ways to achieve greatness. By challenging the status quo, you unlock the doors to a future that is limitless, breaking free from limiting beliefs. At the heart of the slave mind lies a belief in limitation. It is the belief that you cannot be more than you are, that you cannot achieve more than you have, and that you cannot go further than your current circumstances allow. But to resist the slave mind, you must confront these limiting beliefs head on and break free from them. You must recognize that these beliefs are false and that they are the chains that hold you back from reaching your fullest potential. Limiting beliefs are often instilled in us from a young age, passed down by society, family, and culture. They tell us that we are not good enough, not smart enough, not capable enough to achieve the things we desire. These beliefs keep us trapped in a cycle of self-doubt, preventing us from stepping out and pursuing our dreams. But when you begin to challenge these beliefs, when you begin to see them for what they truly are, falsehoods, you will experience a shift in your thinking. The first step in breaking free from limiting beliefs is to become aware of them. What are the beliefs that are holding you back? What are the thoughts that tell you that you cannot succeed? Once you identify these limiting beliefs, you can begin to replace them with empowering thoughts that encourage you to rise above your circumstances and to reach for the stars. To resist the slave mind, you must reject the belief in limitation and embrace the belief in possibility. You must know deep within your soul that you are capable of achieving greatness, that you have the power within you to create the life you desire. The only limitations that exist are the ones you place upon yourself. When you break free from these limitations, you will unlock the true potential that lies within you, embracing self-identity and purpose. The slave mind often causes individuals to lose sight of their true identity and purpose in life. It forces them to conform to the expectations of others, to follow a path that is not their own, and to live in a way that does not align with their authentic selves. To resist the slave mind, you must first understand who you are and why you were created. You must embrace your true identity and purpose. When you are disconnected from your true self, you become a slave to the opinions and expectations of others. You begin to live for the approval of others rather than living in alignment with your own values and aspirations. But when you understand your true identity, when you embrace who you are and what you were created to do, you break free from the chains of external influence. Your purpose in life is unique to you. It is the reason you were born, and it is the driving force behind everything you do. When you live in alignment with your purpose, you tap into a wellspring of energy, creativity, and fulfillment that cannot be found anywhere else. The slave mind keeps you from discovering your purpose, but the liberated mind sees purpose in every moment and every challenge. By embracing your purpose, you step into a life of true freedom. Understanding your self-identity and purpose is not just about knowing what you want to do in life. It is about understanding who you are at the core of your being. It is about recognizing that you are more than your circumstances, more than your job, and more than the opinions of others. You are a unique individual with a divine purpose, and once you embrace this truth, you will begin to live a life of power, passion, and fulfillment. Overcoming fear and doubt. Fear and doubt are two of the most powerful tools that the slave mind uses to keep you in bondage. They are the chains that hold you back from taking action, from pursuing your dreams, and from stepping into your full potential. But to resist the slave mind, you must overcome fear and doubt. You must recognize that these emotions are not your reality, but rather illusions designed to keep you from moving forward. Fear is often based on the unknown. It is the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, and the fear of the future. But fear is not a force that should control you. It is a signal that you are about to break through into something greater. The slave mind uses fear to keep you in your comfort zone, to keep you from taking risks, and to prevent you from growing. But the liberated mind sees fear as an opportunity for growth, an invitation to step into the unknown and embrace the challenges that lie ahead. Doubt is another tool that the slave mind uses to keep you in bondage. It is the voice that tells you that you are not good enough, that you cannot succeed, and that you should give up. Doubt is a liar, and it is a tool of the enemy of your success. To resist the slave mind, you must silence the voice of doubt and replace it with the voice of belief. You must believe in your ability to succeed even when the odds are stacked against you. The mind that is free is the mind that believes in itself even when the world tells it that it cannot. Taking action. Faith without works is dead. The slave mind is not just about the thoughts that hold you back. It is also about the inaction that keeps you stagnant. You can have all the dreams, visions, and plans in the world, but if you do not take action, nothing will change. To resist the slave mind, you must take deliberate and decisive action toward your goals. Action is the key that unlocks the door to freedom. It is the bridge between where you are and where you want to go. The slave mind often convinces you that you are not ready, that the time is not right, or that you do not have the resources you need. But the liberated mind understands that action creates opportunity. When you take action, you begin to create momentum. You begin to move closer to your goals, and with each step, you become more confident and capable. Taking action is not always easy, and it is not always comfortable. But it is necessary if you want to break free from the chains of the slave mind. It is the small steps you take every day that will lead to the breakthroughs you desire. And remember, even small actions can lead to big results. When you take consistent action, you will begin to see the fruits of your labor, creating a legacy of freedom. Finally, to resist the slave mind is to create a legacy of freedom. A life of purpose and freedom is not just about your own liberation, it is about empowering others to break free as well. As you step into your full potential, you become a beacon of hope and inspiration for those around you. You begin to create a ripple effect that spreads far beyond yourself. Your legacy is the mark you leave on the world, the impact you make, and the lives you touch. When you resist the slave mind, you begin to live a life that is not just about your own success, but about the freedom and empowerment of others. You become a leader, a teacher, and a source of inspiration. The slave mind tries to keep you focused on yourself, on your own limitations, but the liberated mind sees beyond itself. It sees the potential in others and seeks to uplift them as well. As you create your legacy, you are not just fighting for your own freedom. You are fighting for the freedom of those who come after you. You are paving the way for future generations to live in a world where the slave mind no longer holds sway. Your actions today will determine the freedom that others experience tomorrow. The importance of surrounding yourself with a freedom-minded community. The company you keep plays a crucial role in either reinforcing the chains of the slave mind or helping you break free from them. The slave mind thrives in isolation, in environments where negative influences dominate and where growth and progress are stifled by the lack of support and encouragement. To truly resist the slave mind and rise to the fullness of your potential, you must surround yourself with individuals who empower you, challenge you, and encourage you to reach for greatness. The slave mind often keeps individuals isolated, convincing them that they must go it alone, that they must fight their battles in silence, and that there is no one who truly understands their struggles. But this is one of the greatest lies of the slave mind. You were not created to live in isolation, to live in the shadows of doubt and fear. You were created for community, for connection, and for collaboration. True freedom comes when you connect with others who share your vision, your dreams, and your passion for life. A freedom-minded community is one where individuals are committed to mutual growth, where ideas flow freely, and where encouragement is given without reservation. This kind of community is not built on competition, but on collaboration. It is a space where everyone is committed to uplifting one another, to pushing each other toward their highest potential, and to holding one another accountable to their dreams and goals. In such a community, there is no room for mediocrity, for self-doubt, or for limiting beliefs. Instead, there is an environment that fosters the flourishing of greatness. Surrounding yourself with individuals who possess a freedom mindset is crucial because they serve as a mirror, reflecting back the greatness that resides within you. They remind you of your true potential when you forget, and they encourage you when you are tempted to give up. They also provide perspective, helping you to see beyond the limitations that you may place on yourself. A freedom-minded community holds up a mirror to your potential, reminding you that there is no ceiling to your success and no barrier too high to overcome. It's important to recognize that not everyone around you will have the same mindset. The slave mind is pervasive, and there are many people who either knowingly or unknowingly will try to reinforce those limitations. They will be quick to tell you why something is impossible, why a dream is too far-fetched, or why you should settle for what you have. But it is in these moments that you must remember the power of the company you keep. Do not allow the negativity of others to pull you back into bondage. Instead, seek out those who encourage you to rise, to challenge, and to believe in the extraordinary. Build a circle that supports your growth and nurtures your soul. This kind of community does not just form by chance. It requires intention, commitment, and effort. You must seek out like-minded individuals who are not satisfied with the status quo and who are committed to becoming the best version of themselves. You must also be willing to contribute to the growth of others, to be a source of encouragement, and to offer your wisdom and experience when needed. It is through mutual support and shared wisdom that we all rise together. By surrounding yourself with a community of individuals who believe in freedom, who reject the limitations of the slave mind, you set yourself up for success. The energy of such a community propels you forward, creating an environment of possibility, growth, and continual expansion. When you are surrounded by individuals who are committed to the same ideals, who are walking their own paths to greatness, you create an environment in which no dream is too big and no challenge too great. You become part of a collective that is unstoppable, and together you will achieve things far beyond your individual abilities. Ladies and gentlemen, I have shared with you 8 principles today, 8 keynotes that, if embraced, will propel you towards a life of freedom, purpose, and greatness. You have the power to break free from the chains of the slave mind, to reject limitation, and to live a life that is truly extraordinary. But you cannot do it alone. You must understand the power of your mind, the importance of challenging the status quo, the necessity of breaking limiting beliefs, and the strength that comes from community. Surround yourself with those who believe in your potential, who push you to rise above the ordinary, and who encourage you to walk in your divine purpose. With each step you take, you will create a future of possibility, and you will leave a legacy that will inspire generations to come. The journey to freedom begins with one choice: to resist the slave mind. As you step into your greatness, know this: the world is waiting for you to rise, and when you do, you will become an example of what is possible for all. Take hold of your future, embrace your potential, and live a life of unshakable freedom. You are destined for more. Step into it now.